Hey guys, so today I'm just going to be going through my process of how I do an at-home woodblock relief print. I just used a thin plain old Sharpie to mark off the image so that I know where I should carve, and then I'm going to be using a medium-sized piece of MDF because it's a lot easier on my tools than a piece of wood would be. So for my wood cutting tools, I just have a cheap 5-piece set that I got off of Amazon. And I'd say as far as tools go, these are definitely worth purchasing for something cheap and reliable, even if mine are pretty dull by now. So to get started, something I like to do is to just take my big, larger, rounded tool and kind of just carve out the big spaces around the image so that I don't have to worry about that later, and it just takes out a bunch of time that I would have otherwise wasted with a smaller tool. Now I'm just going to be using my smaller rounded tool just to get to the little details that I wouldn't have been able to get to with any larger tools. So now I'm all done carving the background, and typically if I were doing a color reduction at this point, I would go ahead and do a layer right now. But because this is a 1-layer print, I'm going to go ahead and carve out the inside of the image. I typically leave the drawn line here instead of the other way around because I like the noise left behind in the image rather than what you would have if you just carved out the line. So now I'm all finished with the carving, and I know this video is a whole lot of carving and just a short bit of actual printing, but honestly, that's printmaking for you. Hours of prep for minutes of actual print process. Oh, and of course, a whole lot of excess wood. So to print this, I'm just going to be using some Speedball water-based ink in black and turquoise. I definitely recommend using water-based ink if you're going to be printing at home. It's just a lot easier to clean up than your oil-based inks would be. Because I'm only doing one layer here, I'm going to be rolling the black and the turquoise up together. Usually I wouldn't do this because the colors tend to mix, so I'm just kind of crossing my fingers and hoping that it'll work this time. So now to lay the image into the paper, I'm going to be applying a lot of pressure with a burnisher. This can be also done with any household items, like a rolling pin or a wooden spoon. And after gently pulling the paper off, we have our finished product. And then we say goodbye to all the fails that didn't end up making it to the end.